So in the last lecture we were taking care of positional parameters without any tool, but we can use some tool to help us with argument parsing. We can use tool called Getopts, which is really simple but have also some disadvantages, or we can use tool called Getopt, which is really complex but not so easy as Getopts. Okay, so in the last lecture we took care of everything, as you can see right now on the picture. If another functionality is needed, we would need to write it by ourselves. For example, take a look at this. Imagine you created your script with positional parameters a and b. If user specify parameter a, the script would print the message hello, and if user specify parameter b, the script would print message hi. So now you would see printed hello hi. But what would happen when someone would run your script with -ab and expecting that messages hello and hi would be printed? You would need to adjust your script to parse it to -a and -b, so instead of one argument -ab, you needed to parse it as two arguments -a and -b. This behavior you can write yourself, or for such cases you can use tools like Getopts or Getopt. Firstly, let's look on Getopts. It is a good option for handling short positional parameters, but disadvantage is that it cannot handle long positional parameters. So, how to use it? After keyword Getopts are positional parameters followed by string variable, which represents positional parameter which is being processed right now, for example positional parameter -a or positional parameter -b. Getopts returns true if some parameter is found. It returns false if there is no parameter to process. This is the reason why we are using Getopts in a while loop, because if there is a parameter to process, body of while loop will be processed. If there is no parameter to process, body of while loop won't be processed. Now, you might asking what does mean those colons after parameter a and parameter b. If we use colon after some position parameter, it is expecting that this parameter is followed by some argument. If positional parameter is followed by some argument, we can access the value of that argument by using variable called optarg. Here we can see example when running this script with parameter a with argument hello body and with parameters c, d, and with parameter b with argument car. You can see that even if we specify -cd, Getopts handle this as -c and -d. Believe me, Getopts is really easy, especially when you try to write some script while using Getopts. Getopts works with variable called optInt, so even you probably won't use it, it is good to know what it is. Getopts places index of the next argument to be processed into this variable. So at the beginning of your script, value of this variable is equal to 1 as first argument will be processed. Now let's talk about Getopt. It is more advanced tool and how it looks like. In our script we are saving into some variable, in my case into variable opts, output of Getopt command. If we want to have short parameters in our script, we specify them after -o, and if we want to use long parameters, we specify them after parameter --long. Short parameters are next to each other without being divided by some character. This is same as for Getopts command, but long parameters we need to divide it by comma. At the end of this command we specify all arguments after --, followed by space. We know from Getopts command that if some parameter is followed by colon, there is a required argument after this parameter. But here we have two colons after a parameter and after file parameter. 2 colons means that parameter can be followed by optional parameter. We can provide it or not, it is up to us. But it's little tricky. When we want to use optional argument after short positional parameter, we need to write that argument right after parameter without any space. And if we want to use it after a long positional parameter, we need to write it right after parameter followed by equal sign. When all positional parameters are specified, using eval set command, we parse script arguments. So if we do a little change in a script, on the beginning I am going to print all arguments and the same I will do at the end of the script. We can now see how it behaves. I have run script with -cde, -a followed by this is optional, -b parameter with argument called required, --file with optional argument called optional, --name parameter with argument called required and with parameter --help. On the first line, we can see all arguments we passed into script. On the next line, we can see parse arguments after being processed by Getopt command. So you can see that -cde is parsed as -c, -d, -e. So instead of one argument -cde, we now have 3 arguments -c, -d and -e. And you can for example see that --file equal sign optional was parsed as --file space optional. Now, if we have parsed scripts arguments, we can process them in the same way how we already did it, using while loop to loop all arguments and processing it one by one. So theory lecture is done. It might be hard to understand now, but believe me, once you try it, you will find it easy.